You're going to start in a lateral lunge position. Both toes are pointing straight forward. And then under my left foot here, I have a little slant board or a couple ramps that I can put my foot up against. You want to make sure that the ramp that you have is wide enough where your whole foot fits. So these are two put together. And they're not that declined. It's a very subtle ramp. And you're not going to start very wide because we want to be able to feel that we can push off of the foot that's on the slant board or the ramp. Normally I do this with my right foot on, so I'd be facing the other direction, which I'll show you as well, but just so you have a clear view here. We want to start with some weight on the foot to then feel that we can push off of that foot, like we're pushing out from that direction. And then we're going to slowly get into the other leg, so in this case, the right leg. Only up until a point where we feel like we have midline, nose, breastbone, belly button in line with the zipper, knee, and big toe, or second toe. And that way I have everything lined up here. So my kneecap is in line with the second toe. My hips are slightly turned because I'm going into this right-sided direction. And at this point, I feel the left glute working because I'm pushing away. And I feel a little bit of inner thigh on the right. I'm turned a little bit through the trunk to match what's happening at the hip. And I feel kind of a stretch or a lengthening sensation in the right glute because the left one's the one contracting. And this is where I do my isometric. I stay here, I breathe. From the backside, once you place your foot, start with a little bit of weight on the foot so that you can then feel it pushing into the slant board. You'll start to feel that right glute kick in. You're going to feel how your hips turn. So you get to a point where you're completely centered over that left foot. The important thing is I can still sense that my right foot is pushing. So I don't want to just sway my body over here and the right foot doesn't feel like it's doing anything. The point of the slant board is that I can feel that I'm pushing into it with my whole foot, but because it's slanted this way, it helps me feel a little more arch and inside heel. And I'm going to slowly kind of squat hinge hybrid into my left side. So at this point, I already feel left inner thigh. I'm centered over my left foot. I have my kneecap in line with my second toe, and I feel a little bit of length driving into this glute, and I feel like this one's contracting. And then here's where I do my breaths. So exhale. As you're blowing out, you're imagining getting longer from the stretch in the glute all the way up your trunk through the top of your head. Turning a little bit more to the left, holding it to breathe in, and then repeating. So the more breaths you get, the more length you're going to feel, and the more right foot effort you're going to feel pushing into the slant board so that this glute feels like it's working the whole time.